Once again to my YouTube channel. My name is Izana Taiwo. In today's tutorial, we're going to be learning how to draft this beautiful asymmetric neckline with a built-up neckline in it, and also the stylish waistline, asymmetric waistline. If you have not subscribed to my YouTube channel, please do well to subscribe, like, and share my YouTube channel. Let's get started to the class. So guys, I have my pattern paper here with me. Before drafting this style, please ensure you fold your pattern paper into two before drafting this style. Then from your border line, come down by 2.5 inches and mark it. Then mark out your chest line also, which is bust divided by 6 plus 1 plus 1.5. Then mark out your bust point also. Then mark out your underbust also, and go ahead to mark out your half length. Can you see? Just go ahead and do that. Then from your half length, you will determine how long you want your asymmetric to be. For mine, I just did 6 inches for the asymmetric, that part that is curved on the waistline. I just did 6 inches. You can go ahead to do 8 inches or 7, depending on how long you want it. So for my back, on the borderline, I marked 7 inches and I drew a straight line down to the chest line. Then for the neck width, I marked 3 inches for my neck width. Just follow the video and you get it, 3 inches. Then for the shoulder slope, I came down by 1.5 and drew a straight line to that point of my 1.5. I hope you understand. So the next thing I will be doing is on my chest line, I went up by 3 inches. Just go ahead and mark your 3 inches from the chest line. Then I went in by 0.75 to curve my armhole, and that is that for the armhole. So the next thing I will be working on is my nipple to nipple point. My nipple to nipple point is 3.5. I went ahead to mark that and I did a straight line for the nipple to nipple point. So the next thing I'll be working on is on my half length. On the that leg, I will go in on both sides by 0.75. Just go ahead and mark your 0.75 on the dart leg. Watch the video on how I'm doing it. 0.75. Just go ahead and do that, because for this style we are just doing 100% spaces cut tightening. Then from the bust point, I came down by 1 inch and I did a straight slanted line to my 0.75. Watch the video and you get it right. Just do a straight line to that 0.75, and I did a straight slanted line down to the dart leg. Just connect it down to the dart leg. Just watch the video and you get it. So that is that for the that for now. So the next thing I'll be working on is on my circumference. My bust circumference is 36. 36 divided by 4, I have 9 inches. So I went ahead to add half inch to that 9 inches for ease. That is how I love doing my bust here. So the next thing I'll be working on is my waist. For my waist, I will minus 1 from the real measurement, which is my real measurement is 30. 30 minus 1, I have 29. 29 divided by 4, I have 7.25. So I'll be marking out the 7.25. Then the 0.75 that we took out, I'll mark it out, which is 1.5 altogether. Why I did the minus 1 on the waistline was because I want my waistline to be well snatched a bit. I hope you understand the reason now. Then for the upper hip, my upper hip is 37. 37 divided by 4, I have 9.25. I just went ahead to mark out my 9.25 on the upper hip and I connect everything together. I've done this already, so that I'm just doing this so that you guys can see what I did for all the circumference. So this is the curve I was just using to curve that point well. So the next thing I'll be working on is my underbust. For my underbust, I'll just be coming out on the dart leg by half inch, which is 0.5 on each dart leg, because what I am doing is just 50% tightening. So I just went ahead to curve that part. Just go ahead and curve it, and the other part also I just went ahead to connect it to the half inch. Can you see what I am doing? So the next thing I'll be working on is my shoulder slope. On my shoulder slope, on that point, I'll come down by 2.5 and come down by 3 inches by 2 inches, depending on what you want. So I'll just come down by 2.5 and draw a straight line to my bust point. Can you see? Just go ahead and draw a straight line to your bust point, and that is all for that. So the next thing I will be working on that 2.5 inch mark, I will just go out by 0.5 inches, 0.5 inches to create my new armhole. That is the reason why we are going out by 0.5 to create another new armhole. Can you see what I am doing? Just go ahead to curve that out. So the next thing now I will be working on is to continue from where I stop on my underbust. On the other bust, I'll just go ahead to draw a straight line down to my half length just to complete it. Can you see what I am doing? Just go ahead and do yours and you get it right. Just go ahead to connect it down to the half length of the dart leg. Can you see? So the next thing now is working on the bust dart. For my front half length, the half length is 17 and my back half length is 15. 17 minus 15, you have 2. So I'll just go ahead to mark 2 inches for my bust dart. Can you see where I'm marking it? Just go ahead and mark 2 inches for your bust dart and draw a straight slanted line to your dart. Can you see? Just go ahead and do that. So I'll just go ahead to through that bust that straight slanted line which I have done. I'll just be placing it on my bust point to through that part. So I'll just go ahead to through that part using your tracing wheel. Just use your tracing wheel to do that part and trace it out. Can you see the way I am tracing it? Just go ahead to trace that part out, and when you are done, whatever you have done, just go ahead to trace it with your marker. So just go ahead to use your marker to trace that out. So the next thing I'll be working on is my built-up neckline. For my built-up neckline, I'll be coming up by 2 inches. You can as well use 1.5 depending on what you want. So I'll just come up by 2 inches. Then after that, I'll just draw a straight line down to my neck width. Can you see? Just go ahead to draw a straight line down to your neck width. So I was just trying to reconfirm again if it is exactly 2 inch. So at that point, I'll just draw a straight line down to the borderline. Can you see? Please remember that my paper is still on fold. Can you see? So just go ahead and mark the straight line. When I was done, I went ahead on that 2 inch I went up with. I went out by 0.75. Can you see where I'm placing my tape rule? Just watch where I'm placing my tape rule. I went out by 0.75 and on the borderline by half inch. Can you see? And I'll be connecting that together. Just watch the way I am placing my curve ruler and connect it together like so. So the next thing I'll be working on is on the borderline. Come down by 1.5 inches from the borderline and draw a curve to that point, a very slight curve to the 1.15 to that curve. When you are done, the next thing I will not be working on is my asymmetric waistline. So on the half length, from the half length, you draw a curvy shape to the hip, the upper hip. Just watch the way I'm placing my curvy ruler. Just from the half length, draw a curvy shape to that upper hip line. Can you see? Firstly, now I'll be making use of my pencil to see how the shape will come out first before using my marker. Just go ahead and do that. Can you see? Can you see the shape from your half length down to the upper hip line? That is 6 inches mark. As I've said earlier, you can as well go down by 8 inches or 7 inches depending on what you want and how you want it to be. But I just make use of that curve, and this is all for the front pattern. So the next thing now I'll be working on is tracing out all that I have marked, all that I have drafted, so that we have a full body block. I hope you guys understand. Just go ahead and trace everything out for you to have a full body block for the neckline, so I'll be able to draft out the neckline. Just go ahead. Can you see the way I am tracing everything out? Just ensure you trace every single thing out, then you will open up by the time you are done. So by the time I was done tracing out, I went ahead to confirm the shoulder and I have 4.5. Please ensure you confirm the shoulder so that you will know that the shoulder is aligning with the back also. The back shoulder must be the same with the front shoulder. I have 4.5 at that point. And at this point on the border, I went to cut out that neck part. Can you see? Just follow what I am doing. Can you see? I just went ahead to cut it before I will now open up. So at this point, I was just trying to open it up. So I'll just go ahead to open the draft up, and this is what I have after opening up. Can you see? Can you see the neck part after opening up? So I'll just go ahead to trace, to mark out all that I have traced out. Can you see? Just mark out all that you have traced out and you get everything that you have traced out. Just go ahead and mark it out. Can you see the way I am marking it out? Ensure you are looking at it well, please. So guys, after tracing everything out, this is what I have. This is my full basic block here, and this is what it looks like after tracing out everything, and this is how you should be looking at after you are done tracing everything out. So can you see it? So the next thing now I will be working on is on the neck part for us to have the asymmetric neckline. So on the chest line, come up by 2.5 inches, come up by 2.5 inches. But if you want it lower than mine, you can as well make it lower, maybe 3 inches if you want to. Then from the armhole, come in by 2 inches from the armhole. Can you see on that 2.5 inches mark? Can you see? Just go ahead to do that, and I'll be using my curving ruler to curve that part. But at this point, I'm just trying to show you what I did again. 2.5 inches from the chest line and from the armhole 2 inches. So the next thing now, from the built up neckline, from at the other part, can you see where I place my curvy ruler from that built up neckline, curve it to the 2.5 mark. Can you see? Just curve it to that point where you mark the 2.5. Can you see? Just go ahead and do that. Then the next thing I will be working on is from that point of the built up neckline, the next part, the other part, just curve it. Place your curvy ruler the way I am placing it. Can you see? Can you see where my curvy ruler is facing? Just go ahead and connect it to that 2.5 mark 2. Can you see? And the 2 inches you went in with. Can you see? Just go ahead and connect it. And this is all I have for the neck part. Can you see? I just hope you guys understand. And this is all for the neck part. So the next thing I'll be working on is the asymmetric waistline. I've done it already. I just want to use my marker to trace that part up. I just went ahead to trace it with my marker, then before cutting it out. Just go ahead and do that. So the next thing I'll be working before cutting out this front pattern is the back pattern. So guys, for the back pattern, I've gone ahead to draft the borderline. Please remember we did 2.5 for the front. Please ensure you do 2.5 because I totally forgot. I went to do 2 inches for the borderline that we came down with. Please remember it is 2.5 and not 2 inches. And I went ahead to do the chest line, to draft the chest line, my back length, and also the upper hip length. I went to do that. So I just went ahead to measure 7 inches for the shoulder, and I did a straight line to my chest line. And also for the neck width, I did 3 inches for my neck width. Can you see that? Just go ahead and do 3 inches for your neck width. So the next thing, on my borderline, I came down by 1 inches for the shoulder slope for the back. Then at that point of the shoulder slope, I divide it into 2. Go ahead to divide it into 2, and I came in by ½ inch. Can you see? And I did my armhole. So we are done for the armhole at that point. I'm just trying to explain this so that you guys can understand what I did there. Then on the half length for the back, I went in by 1 inch. Sorry, I went in by 1 inch. Can you see on my half length? And I did a straight slanted line to that point and a straight slanted line to my upper hip line. Can you see that? Just go ahead and do it. I've done this already. I'm just trying to explain all that I have drafted. So the next thing now I will be working on is my dart leg. My dart leg is 3.5. I just went ahead to do the straight line you are seeing there, the straight line for my dart leg. And the next thing I will be working on is taking out our dart, which is 0.75. Just go ahead and do that, 0.75. And at the chest line, I came down by 1 inch, just the way we have done for the front, and draw a straight slanted line to my 0.75. Can you see that? So I'll draw a straight line down to the upper hip line. Can you see that? Just go ahead and do that, and we are done for the dart. Sorry, my marker wasn't working well, so I had to change it to that blue color also. So the next thing I'll be working on now is circumferences. So for the bust, I said my bust is 36 divided by 2. I have 9, then with ½ inches that I added. So for the waist, I have 7.25. Just go ahead and do that and add your 0.75, which is 1.5 for the dart intake. Just go ahead and add it back. For my upper hip is 9.25. Just go ahead and add your 9.25, which is 37 divided by 4. You will have 9.25. Just go ahead and do that and draw out your lines. So the next thing I'll be working on is my neck part, which is the built up neckline. So I'll just go ahead and do that. So on the width line, I just went ahead by 2 inches, just the way we have done for the front. Just go ahead and mark 2 inches and draw a straight line down to your neck width. So at this point, I was just trying to use a clearer marker because my marker was not working. So the next thing now I'll be working on is drawing a straight line to that point of 2 inches. Can you see? Just go ahead and draw your straight line. So right about now, the next thing I'll be working on the width neck. Just go out by ½ inch, and on the other part where I'm placing my tape will just go out by ½ inch also. Just watch the way I place my tape rule and you get it. So I'll go ahead to use my curve ruler to connect them together like so, like the way I am doing. Can you see the way I'm connecting it together? Just go ahead and connect it. So after I was done connecting it together, I went to recheck my shoulder measurement. Maybe it's the same thing with the front, and I have my exact measurement. So I came down by ½ inch on that straight line, and I went ahead to curve it to the 2 inches I went up with. Can you see? Just come down by ½ inch on that straight line and connect it to the other part. Can you see? And this is what I have for the built up neckline. This is all that I have for the built up neckline, and this is all for the back. So the next thing I will be working on is the upper hip line. So for the upper hip line curve, just go ahead to connect it from the waist down to the upper hip. and curve your asymmetric curve. Just go ahead and curve it like the way we have done for the front. Do the same for the back also. I hope you guys understand. So the next thing I'll be working on the shoulder slope, I'll come down by 2.5. We come down by 2.5 for the front, come down by 2.5 also for the back, and draw a straight line down to your chest line. Can you see? So at this point I'm just using my another marker to trace that out. So the next thing is, on that point of the 2.5, just go out by 0.5 inch for the new armhole and curve your new armhole to that point. Can you see? Just go ahead and do that. So this is all for the back. This is all we have for the back, and I'll be moving on to the cutting of the pattern. So I'll start cutting out the back pattern first before cutting out the front pattern. So guys, this is all for the cutting of the back pattern. Let's move ahead to the cutting of the front pattern. So guys, this is all for the front pattern, and this is how the front pattern is looking. Just go ahead and join those parts that I'm pointing out. Just go ahead and join them together while you have cut your fabric. You can leave it like this if you want this to look like this. If you want the front pattern to be like this, you can as well leave it. It is optional, but from the waistline I'll be closing up the darts. From the waistline down to the upper hip, I want to close the darts. Is into waist. You can leave it like this, the way it is looking. I hope you guys understand. The way it is looking, you can leave it like that, it is fine. But if you don't want the waistline, from the waistline down to the upper hip, if you don't want it to be, you don't want the darts to join together, you can just go ahead to close the dart up. I just hope you guys understand. Just go ahead and close the dart up. And that is what I want to do now. Before closing the dart up, just go ahead to cut the waist out. From that waistline, go ahead and cut it out. Can you see where I am cutting? Just watch the process of where I'm cutting. And after I'm done cutting it, I'll just go ahead to close up the dart after I'm done cutting it. That's why I said it is optional. You can leave it the way we did, the way I showed you first, or you close up the dart from the waistline. You cut it out, then close up the dart. So can you see the way I join the three pieces together? That means I've closed up the dart. Just go ahead and do it like this. and you will get it. That's why I said it's optional, as I've said earlier, but on the picture that was closed, so just go ahead and do this. So by the time I was done, I just went ahead to place the patterns together, and this is how it should look when you are done. This is how you should look, and that's from the waistline, the that we have closed. That this is how you place it on your fabric. That part that we closed it, that is how you place it on the fabric, and that is all for the front. And I'll go ahead to do the same for the back. I'll just go ahead and cut out from the waist down to the upper. I'll cut out to the waist and close it together just the way I have closed the front pattern. I'll just go ahead to close the back also from the waistline down to the upper. You just go cut it out and close that. Can you see the way I am doing it? And this is all for the back pattern. This is how it is looking also, and this is how yours should look by the time you are done with this. So this is it, and this is our pattern. So guys, I just went ahead to join the bustier together, which is the upper part, so that you guys can see the look of what I drafted for the front, and this is what it is looking like. And also the back, the upper part, I just went ahead to join it together for the back, so that you guys can see the look of what the back is looking like also. Please remember that you will join the waistline to the upper part, and this is the final look of the dress. And also for the printed part of the dress that is on the picture, just go ahead and pleat it all round. By the time you are done joining the back and the front, just go ahead and follow the curves of the waistline and pleat your pleating all around. Measure whatever length you want to use and pleat your gathers around it. And this is all for the pattern. So guys, if you find this tutorial helpful, please do well to subscribe, comment, like and share my videos. Thank you for watching. See you in my next tutorial. Bye.